Welcome into Benedetti Worley Stadium on the campus of North Central College. Kevin Jackman here. We apologize for the technical difficulties before the contest began and at the start of the contest. Thank you for tuning into this NCTV 17 production of Cardinal Athletics. The Cardinals currently trail on the scoreboard, I believe, but apparently the goal disallowed. We'll make that quick fix as well. Gorgeous fall day here on campus. Temperature hovering around the 70 degrees. We're about 13 minutes into the contest. There is no score on our scoreboard.
For the Cardinals, number 30, Joe Trocchi.
So let's set the scene, shall we? The Cardinals come in with a 4-2 mark. The Millikin Big Blue 4-3. North Central coming off of 3 consecutive wins. Dominican University, Nebraska Wesleyan University, and Benedictine University. And in that time, they have scored 7 goals. So 31 minutes to go in this contest. In the first half at least, I should say. And this is a double feature this afternoon. The Cardinals will take on the Big Blue not once but twice. The women's team will also take the field, and that comes up at 7:30. We hope you join us for that. Cardinals have been very good of late, and they were rewarded on an individual basis just last week. The Cardinals given the CCIW Offensive Player of the Week award. That was Alexis Flores, who scored 3 goals in 2 games. He's currently tied in the conference for goals scored. He's also second in points. '30th meeting between these two schools. Lifetime, the Cardinals own a 17-10-2 mark against the Big Blue. And here comes Gavin Sanchez on the near side with some space to maneuver. Centers the ball right out in front of the net, and it's good for the Cardinals. NCC gets on the board, and it's Alexis Flores with his 4th goal in the last 4 games. And NCC now up 1-0, 29:57 to go in the first half.
Goal for the North Central College Cardinals, scored by number 11, Alexis Flores.
So Flores adds to his yearly total, and he's off to a phenomenal start. That is his 5th goal of the season. Joe Trocchi also has 4, and then a steady dose of single goal scores for NCC. Action to the far side, and that one cleared by the Cardinals. That is Austin Lombardi booting that one upfield. Busy day of athletics here for North Central. with the football team having traveled to North Park earlier today and coming out with a victory, 35-0. Obviously, the men's soccer team in progress. The women's team will take to the field later tonight. Women's tennis was also at the Intercollegiate Tennis Association tournament. And the women's volleyball team has a couple of games today as well. Cardinals awarded a corner kick on the near side. That one's booted to the far side, pops straight up the elevator shaft again, and snagged in midair. Isaac Hopper, the goalkeeper for the Big Blue, able to claim that one. So apparently the goal that Millikin had appeared to score right as our live stream got underway was disallowed. And it is, in fact, a 1-0 game here inside Benedetti Worley Stadium. The Cardinals leading on an Alexis Flores goal about 6 minutes ago. That one out of bounds, and the Cardinals will nab it. (26-48), 1-0 North Central.
Now on for the goal, number 8, Daniel Laverde, number 32, Ivan Lopez.
.55:58 to go, first half. Cardinals working towards perhaps a second goal, but here come the Big Blue. And snaring this one away is Takunda Jakachira. Daniel Laverde tries to center it to Jakachira, but that's cleared by NCC. Lombardi with it. Dribbling it to the far sideline, now trying to find Flores. It leaks past the defense ahead to Sanchez. Sanchez back to Flores, who looked like he wanted to time up a blast. And that one's going to be last touched by North Central. Almost a well-designed play. Cardinals were just a hair too tardy on the goal attempt. That's off a Cardinal defender. That was Alex Baines. Jakachira. Ooh, upended. Around the 20-yard line on the football field. Cardinal able to draw a whistle, and it'll come the other way. That one punted ahead, and here's Gavin Sanchez trying to race up the sideline and catch the Vikings sleeping. They were wide awake to that. Lost off the sideline, and it's a Viking possession. Chested down. That's the captain, Jared Collier, who's in front of that particular ball. Now pushed up the sideline, and there goes Sanchez. Sanchez will get a throw-in opportunity for Collier at about the 5-yard line. Deep throw in, that's over Sanchez. A quick header put on by Flores. And that one twists off the foot of a Cardinal and out of play. Did not get an opportunity to see that number, and now I have. That's Stephen Abelos, who wanted to try and laser that one in. Mentioned off the top, a gorgeous day here in Naperville. Feels like fall may have officially arrived, with the temperature steadily hanging around 70 degrees for the majority of the day. The sun makes it feel much warmer, especially now as it sits on the horizon and is hovering above the stadium, leading to some long shadows cast by our participants this evening. Cardinals lead 1-0. .51:52 to go here in the first half. Collier has it, backs it out. Over to Sanchez, and Sanchez with a misfire to Joe Trocchi. Collier playing man-up defense, and Vikings trying to reverse the field, and here comes a Cardinal flying in there to try and steal it away. Vikings head up, able to take it back. Stolen, Lombardi, Cardinals with numbers, 3-on-2, now 3-on-3, now back to Lombardi. Was he offsides? He was not, apparently. The centering pass just not in time to Sanchez, and the Vikings will wisely send this off to the sideline, allowing them to regroup. High throw in, and it's batted straight down. It's off the foot of Collier towards the sideline. Jakachira had it stolen from him. Cardinals now with it. Abelos backs it out to Collier. Collier off the shoulder of Jakachiri. One towards midfield, and kept alive by NCC along the sideline. Good lead pass. Here's Flores battling for possession, and that one scooped up by the goalkeeper, Hopper. And an injury timeout at the 40-yard line. And a yellow card issued to an NCC player. .19:30 to go, free kick from the 40. Lofted in, and the Cardinals head that out. So a throw-in on tap for the Vikings.
Now in for the Big Blue, number 23, Dalton Gilbert. And in for the Cardinals, number 5, Andreas Christensen.
Andy Christensen checks in. And that's good for the Vikings. Off the header, it's Braden Noakes, the junior from Quincy, Illinois, who neutralizes this game at 1. 18:48 on the clock here in the first half.
Goal for the Big Blue, scored by number 13, Braden Noakes, assisted by number 4, Austin Taylor.
Austin Taylor on the assist, and our game now 1-1. To the near side, and a miscommunication between Sanchez and Collier. Cardinals with 3 shots on goal so far. For Millikin, and that's the only one. Believe it or not. (17-17) to go in the first half. It's a 1-1 game. Long blast in. That's towards the box and will leak out and off the end line. That's a foul on Jakachira. It'll come the other way. Long boot in, direction to the near side, and it's towards the sideline. And it was apparently last touched by a Viking, so the Cardinals will have an opportunity to try and push something towards the net in a moment. That's Jared Collier, who hesitates and now will fling it into play. Headed out in front of the net, still loose out in front, and a handball apparently on NCC. Immediately reactions from both teams, and no doubt about that call. Sanchez up the sideline, able to make that turn. Now the lead pass is intercepted. And the Vikings get it right back. Yeah, but NCC on the swipe. And they'll opt to try and set something up on the offensive end. Lombardi now with it. Goes to the far side. Cardinals with the center, but that was put too close to the net and consumed by the goalkeeper Hopper. Under 15 to go in the first half. Long blast out in front, and a little indecision on behalf of the Cardinals goalkeeper. What could have been a very dangerous play is wiped away. That is Marco Soto, who's in goal tonight. On the sideline, trying to keep that one in play. The Cardinals do. Sanchez backs it out to Collier. And played back. 13:40 to go in the first half. Sanchez out in front. That's Andy Christensen. And Christensen, his pass is batted away. Collier there. Across the field it goes and played back. Taken away. Blindsided. Lombardi make that. Christensen coughs it up. Good lead pass, but a swarm of Cardinals there. The pass to the far side is capped in by Collier. Good effort there. Doesn't allow the Vikings to set up on the offensive end with a throw-in. Flores scrapping for it. Comes up with it, gets it over to Ivan Bajorquez. Lombardi had it just out of his reach. If you were joining us at the start of the game, we apologize. We had some technical difficulties. Everything appears to be settled down now. Technology is a very fickle thing. It's supposed to make things easier. It's not often so. But we're glad you're with us now here on NCTV 17. There's 11:22 to go here in the first half. And some early fireworks. The Cardinals getting a goal from Alexis Flores to jump on top 1-0. But Braden Noakes knots the game up at 1, and that's where we stand now with 11 to go here in the first half. Double feature tonight, both the men's and the women's teams hosting Millikin here inside Benedetti Worley Stadium. It's a busy weekend for sports. Last night we were live inside Gregory Arena for the start of the Tiffany Robinson Memorial Tournament. The women's volleyball team hosting a 4-team tournament this weekend. And that was the very first game of the festivities. The Cardinal volleyball team also playing another 2 today. Some pinball employed by the North Central offense here, and here come the Cardinals. Poked away and up the sideline and out of bounds it goes. More substitutions come in.
For the Cardinals, number 23, Teddy Trigonovsky. And then for the Big Blue, number 19, Ben Maynard. Number 25, Ethan Wade.
19:23 to go. Still a 1-1 game. As we close our way towards the intermission. This Cardinal offense has really come alive of late. They come into the contest today, winners of 3 in a row. In fact, as they sit 4-2, their 2 losses have come to 1, Carleton College, which was on the road in Minnesota, a 2-1 final. And then in the second home game of the season, this Cardinal team hosted number 6, the University of St. Thomas, which obviously is a perennial powerhouse in the D3 men's soccer landscape. And not only did the North Central men's hang in there, they held a lead at one point in the first half before finally succumbing to the powers that be, losing 3-2, but since then have been on a tear. Beat Dominican University by a 1-0 score. Then topped Nebraska Wesleyan 3-1. And then hit the road, but not a very long trip, just down the road to Lisle to face Benedictine. And against their Chicago Avenue mates, won 3-2. Here's the centering pass, and it's just over the head of Christensen, who is streaking in the box and towards the goal. Just a little too tall for number 5. Christensen, a Sweden native, comes from Stockholm. In fact, a lot of international students on this North Central team. Christensen joined by Tobias Goldberg, who hails from Buenos Aires, Argentina. And Scott McGuane, who is an Australian native. There's a couple of Norwegian players, Elmer Eng and Andreas Rain. And Sho Kawajiri is from Japan. So an international landscape all in one roster for this Cardinal squad. 6:45 to go in the first half, and here comes North Park working and operating in the shadows, quite literally, here inside Benedetti Worley Stadium. Booted ahead, and this one rolling towards the corner. Towards the middle, and that one's booted back by the Cardinal defense. Battle for it. A bit of a scrum there at the 20-yard line. Now towards the corner, perfectly set up, and that one is off the arm of the Cardinals, but it also ricochets out of play. I don't believe they'll call the handball. Instead, they'll get a corner kick from the far side. And tense moments here as the first half wanes to a close. There's 5:40 to play. Towards the net and claimed by Soto, so Millikin does not score. I might have slipped up a moment ago. I think I might have said North Park, and if I did, I apologize. It is Millikin. I might have had that confused. The football team taking on North Park. So it's the Big Blue this afternoon. It's a foul at midfield. towards the net, and that is another goal for North Park. Cardinals beat on the back end, and the Big Blue have netted another one. And again, I believe that was, in fact, Braden Noakes for the second time. Millikin nets their second, so does Noak. And it's 2-1. So the Cardinals, who had scored first in the game, now trail Millikin 2-1. The sun beaming straight across the field. The shadows continue to lengthen. Cardinals have had opportunities, and they've had some pretty well set up and well designed plays. The timing has been a hair off. 3:40 to go. Stopped by Lombardi and pushed to the near side. Push to the far side. Cardinals trying to tie this game back up before the half. Up the sideline it goes, and a perfect pass tried to have it deadened on the foot of Christensen, but it rebounds too hard. But the Cardinals still have it. That one's off the sideline, and NCC will retain possession. Elmer Eng. That one's poked away by Millikin. Two minutes and change. Slowed down by Spencer Weiss. And he'll dish off. And it gets through. Lead pass for Christensen. He curls. Backs it out. Jack Bullard has it knocked away and out of play. Here comes a throw-in from Weiss. And another header will bounce out of play. Out in front, here comes an opportunity. Oh, and a Big Blue member there. I'm not sure if the Cardinals saw him there.
1 minute remaining.
1 minute, and that one's nearly cleared. The Cardinals still have possession. A high arcing pass to the near side is headed out of play. Cardinals still with it. So Weiss surveying. Lost off the foot of Sho Kawajiri. And the pass long and off the target. So a half a minute remaining. I'm not sure if the Big Blue will try and do something with it. And it looks like they'll slow up and go into the half with a 2-1 edge. Deep throw in, and that will most certainly do it. For us here in the first half of play at inside Benedetti Worley Stadium, the Cardinals jump on top first, but it's the Big Blue going on a 2-0 run to close out the half.
0.
The two teams will retreat
Your score at the half is
to their
Millikin
respective locker
University
rooms.
2, North Central College Cardinals
And when they
1.
come out, Millikin holds a 2-1 edge. We'll be back in 20 minutes on NCTV 17. Welcome back for the second half of play at Benedetti Worley Stadium. North Central hosting Millikin. And the Big Blue closing out the first half with a couple of goals and lead 2-1 here to begin the second. Both goals scored by number 13, Braden Noakes, a 6'4" junior from Quincy, Illinois. Cardinals' lone goal scorer. That would be Alexis Flores, the junior from Schaumburg. With his team leading 5th goal to get the Cardinals on the board, and that was actually the first goal of the game before Millikin made a charge. So we'll see if the Cardinals can get it back. On the offensive end, I will say, despite only with that one goal at this point, they have looked very good and well organized. A foul will give the Cardinals the ball back. This is not the kind of offense that is living on a prayer in the sense that they don't just blast long shots downfield and hope that they can outrace their opponent to the twine. They have well-organized and methodical plays that allows for some ball movement that gets somebody open. And they've had some open men, they've had some open chances, and they've come close to scoring on a few occasions. And they have once. Now at midfield, pressed up, Cardinals batting it around. Lombardi goes to the far side and a nice pass. It's to Sanchez now, tries to turn the corner. The centering pass, it's covered up right there by the Big Blue. Up the elevator shaft, and Sanchez there. And ooh, cleared by the Big Blue. But now without some scary moments out in front. Cardinals living in the box for a few moments there. Long blast up the field. Keeping that one in bounds. All right, there's the Big Blue. And a big collision at the 20. They're going to assess this penalty to the Big Blue. It looked pretty mutual to me. Headed in the box. Lombardi has it pickpocketed. And here comes the Big Blue. North Central entering this game 4-2. Millikin is 4-3. And there is a offsides call. That one's towards the sideline, and Sanchez there. Oh! He trips over the soccer ball, gives it up, and here come the Vikings. And left behind. Trey Knightington might want that one back. the sideline, and that one twists out of play. Sun is just blasting the stadium right now, at least the home side of the stadium. Sun-drenched bleachers, but the field now almost 50%, probably more, about 75% in shadows. It's just hanging on the horizon as we approach 6:15. Beautiful day, 70 degrees. That sun certainly makes it much warmer than that. Don't forget, tonight we'll have our nightcap. The women's team will host Millikin, and the women hitting a bit of a cold snap of late, but they are playing very well overall. They had won 5 in a row. So we'll see what they can do with the big blue. Long pass out in front. Lombardi was looking for it, never got it. .38 minutes to go. Backing this one out, now chipping it ahead. And a scrum near midfield. It's leading to a lot of turnover. Neither team with a very good chance in the last few minutes. Good takeaway right there by NCC. Get that right back. That's Spencer Weiss. Taking a tumble and a foul called. That is against Millikin's Trey Knightington. .36-42. These two teams continue to battle in the middle of the field. Cardinals trying to end that pattern. Weiss with it. And disrupted there, taken away. Chipped in, and that's a one-hop bounce into the goalkeeper, Hopper. A junior from Manhattan, Illinois, went to Lincoln Way Central. In the corner, trying to center it, and the Cardinals will pound it away. Alex Baines there is the emergency valve, and that one makes its way all the way to the throwing pit, which will be used later on this season for track and field purposes. Not later this season, probably tried later in the spring. So a corner kick on tap for Millikin. Lofted in, good looking ball, good. Soto had to go right over his fingertips. And the big blue strike again, Austin Taylor. now 3-1 Millikin.
Scored by number 4, Austin Taylor. Assisted by number 10, Patrick Dolan.
So now the Cardinals offense is going to have to hurry up and get something done here in the last 35 minutes. This offense is certainly capable of scoring a couple of more goals in this game. It's a matter of finding opportunities and maintaining possession. That one leaks through, and the Cardinals will cover it up. Millikin coming off a win against Webster University. They've alternated wins and losses over the last 4 games. They lost to Hope College 3-0, then beat Principia College 1-0, then lost to Rose-Hulman 1-0, and then beat Webster 3-1. .30 to go. Weiss with it on the near side. Surveys and tries to get it off, and it's intercepted by the Big Blue. And that one's stolen away from Baines, and here come Millikin. Centering pass and interfered with from behind, no whistle. And there it is in the box, and a penalty kick will be coming up. Trey Knighton will get a free shot on Soto. Three to 1, Millikin on top right now, and they could make it 4-1. Knighton, Soto, advantage Knighton. 4-1, Big Blue.
Goal for Millikin University, scored by number 17, Trey Knighton.
Millikin again taking the ball away. Cardinal offense just hasn't seemed as sharp as it was in the first 15 minutes of the game when Alexis Flores scored their only goal. But maybe here, it's pounded away. Racing in is Weiss, and he has it plucked away. That one's last touched by Millikin.
Now in for the Cardinals, number 17, Andreas Rahn. Also in for the Cardinals, number 20, Peyton Sanford. And in for the big blue, number 8, Daniel Laverde, and number 22, Christian Zenon.
Deep pass, and it skips away from Flores. 30-25 to go. But it was last touched by Millikin, so it is a corner kick on tap for NCC. A laser in there, Weiss, and that one's off his head and wide of the goalpost. Women's game coming up. It's tentatively set for 7:30. It should start roughly a half an hour after the conclusion of this one. And if this timing holds, and it might, it'll be about 5 minutes shy of 7 o'clock. Here's a shot on goal, knocked away. Lombardi racing, and it's going to be kicked out of bounds, but it'll be a throw-in for NCC. Good stop there from the goalkeeper, Hopper. But it did carry him off his hands. There's a shot for NCC to try and set something up offensively. Long blast in, opposite way. Across the box it went. Pinballs around, and handball. First game in CCIW play. As of right now, it looks like Millikin will improve to 1-0, barring a dramatic comeback by North Central. Hammered well out of reach of the goalpost by NCC. It was off the right foot of Andreas Rain and out of play. .57:58 to go. Lombardi battling for it. Now it's Abelos' turn. Chip shot ahead towards the corner. Good spin on it, kept it alive. The centering pass, though, not enough mustard on it. It skirts off the end line, and it'll be big blue ball.
Now in for the Cardinals, number 10, Ivan Bohorquez.
Off the sideline, Rain throws it back in. And a battle for it, and it's going to go cross field and should be close to being a throw-in. That will be a throw-in for NCC. 26:15 to go. Flores out in front and leaves it behind. That's a tough one to swallow there.
Now in for Millikin, number 28, Weston Follert, number 32,
Substitutions coming in for the Vikings. And Soto claims it, skies for the soccer ball, and throws it out ahead. Cardinals running out of time. They trail 4-1 here in the second half. Four to 1, 24-25 to go here in the contest. Millikin has put on an offensive display this afternoon. Flores with it. He's the only goal scorer for the Cardinals so far. That one rattles around, and Flores looks a tad demoralized. Towards midfield, and that's headed back towards the Cardinals' end. To the near side with Weiss. And a whistle, and that's going to give the Cardinals a free kick. Long blast in. It gets through everybody and off the end line. That was last touch by North Central, too. So no corner kick coming either.
Now in for the Cardinals, number 7, Scott McGuane, and number 9, Gavin Sanchez.
Gavin Sanchez reemerges off the bench with 22:15 to go. Again, please stay with us. We'll have the women's game tonight, although you will have to refresh your page at a certain point. We will be switching the way we stream these games. That's a technical aspect of it, but all you're concerned about is making sure you can stream it. And to do that, you'll have to refresh. I'll let you know when and how to do that when we get to that crossroad. Right now, we still have 20 minutes to go in this game. And injury away from the ball. And the clock is stopped at 21:47, and down goes a Cardinal. We'll take a break as well. We'll be right back on NCTV 17.